Location review for Indian camp access of the Salt River downstream from Mark Twain Lake. Beautiful morning, about 5 a.m. hitting the road. You can see you can access it by Interstate 61, turning east on Highway O about a mile down, and then you have a parking lot there. I'm going to head upstream, which is heading west. Beautiful morning. Department of Conservation has nice signs put up. You need to know that it is a gravel parking lot with a access concrete boat ramp, but no bathrooms. So if you're going to use a bathroom, you're going to have to use the woods. Going upstream, I just spooked something paddling by. Look at this gorgeous sunrise. You're always rewarded when you get out early and hit the river. Beautiful. Heading west, going underneath the bridge. This is looking east downstream from the bridge, and looking west, looking upstream. It's almost like paddling on a treadmill when the water gets swift. Far enough, about a mile or so up the river on the south side of the bank of the river, there is a shale bank of rock, and that extends all the way almost to the bridge, and that is some good area to fish. You'll potential to catch largemouth, smallmouth, not big smallmouth, but some smallmouth, catfish of various kinds, gar, carp. There's a lot of different kinds of species in the Salt River. You can see that blue shaded area is what I'm talking about, and extends all the way almost to the overpass. If you look on the right side, you can see where the water level has been about 2.5 feet higher and has dropped. And what happened was the Department of Conservation let water out of the Re-Reg Dam, and that raised the level for a period of time, and now it's receding. It's gone back down. But that kind of messed up the fishing. On the way down, I had a few bites, but not many. Now, unfortunately, if you're going to go much further upstream, you need a boat with a motor. Otherwise, you're going to spend more time paddling than you will fishing. It's great exercise, but if you want to fish, you're going to need to paddle quite a ways. So heading downstream, continuing to work this bank of shale rock. There's some nice cover in there. As you can see, the water is dingy and muddy, but there is some cover, some big rocks, some trees, overhang branches in the water, and trees knocked down into the water. As you approach the bridge, there is a little bit shallower water. Bridge embankments are always a good place to fish. Gets a little shallower. There's a riffle in there depending on the time of year and what the water level is like. Move over to the north side of the water, and I begin fishing these rocky edges, this rocky little riffle and point there. I actually start allowing my boat to drift backwards, which is a nice little tactic if you're on a river that's slow enough not to be dangerous. You don't want to run into a root wad or something and tip over. And you'll actually see me hook into a nice size freshwater drum here. And fish on! Strong fighting fish. Kind of a junk fish, as people call them. Kind of slimy and nasty, especially in the river. In the lakes they can be kind of pretty, but in the river they tend to be a little bit nastier, especially the Salt River because it's so muddy. I like to use gloves when I'm kayaking. It keeps me from getting blisters and stuff, but I do get hooked on them sometimes, and that's a pain in the butt. Speaking of butts, look at that nasty anus on that fish. Gross. Anyway, a nice little freshwater drum. I'm guessing maybe 3 pounds or so. And I think they get up to 5, 6, 7 pounds. I don't know what the state record is. Quite a bit bigger than that. But that's a nice sized freshwater drum. Fun to catch. I encountered some locals. It's always good to talk to the locals. They'll tell you, usually they'll find them very friendly, tell you where they, not to reveal their favorite spots, but where they've been catching fish, where they like to go, what they're fishing on, fish are biting. And these fellows were pretty genuine, generous. Overall, it was a pretty good fishing experience. I've had better luck on the Salt River, but I think the river level going up and then down had messed things up. But there's some better fish to be caught on the Salt River. It's a good place to go. I will be making return trips regularly.